Hey, what's going on, you guys? So this week, I really want to discuss and talk about kind of what's been happening in the market. A lot of wild stuff has been going down over the last couple months, and I want to make sure you're informed so you can make an educated decision if you're looking to sell, buy, whatever that looks like. So I thought there may be some benefit to bring on our loan officer partner. He's one of the best in the business, one of the top producers here in Arizona, a good friend of mine, Ryan Nelson. So we're going to talk a little bit about kind of what's been going on in the market, what has shifted within the interest rates, and we'll start there. So Ryan, how are you this morning?
Thanks for having me. Always exciting to be on the call with you today. Love talking real estate, mortgage, everything in regards to housing. So excited to be here. And yes, the market is constantly moving and changing, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. In the last 90 days alone, we've seen, I would say, a 1.5% to a 2% increase in interest rates. So from the loan officer side, from the mortgage side, explain really, because I only know it from my side, but I know there's always flexibilities there. But tell me what's been happening with conventional or even, first-time home buyers, FHA, down payment assistance. Tell me a little bit about what are those programs looking like?
Beginning of 2020 and for the last 15 years, rates have been in a range of anywhere from 4 to 8%. And during COVID times, rates got down into the 2s and 3s. It was really an unbelievable time to take advantage of interest rates that really were a once in a generation thing that probably will never happen again. So at the beginning of this year, though, rates were in the mid 3s coming out of the COVID effect, and rates have continued to rise. We were in the summer months in the mid to high 5s, and we've been currently where we're at is in the high 6s to low 7s. And that's a result of the Federal Reserve increasing interest rates to slow down inflation. So, rates are forecasted for next year to come back down and be in the mid to high 5s. It's going to take some time to get there once we start to see evidence that what the Federal Reserve is doing is actually working, and we're seeing that inflation rates are slowing. We're going to see rates coming back down. So rates are temporary. Housing prices, that's another story. We're starting to see those come back down. I'll let Marshall talk a little more about what he's seen, and I'll share some things on what I'm seeing happening in the mortgage marketplace regarding prices.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you bring up the question of home prices. Now, right now, we are definitely seeing a pullback, but the reason we're seeing so much of a pullback, I think, so drastically is because prices were already so hyperinflated. We increased anywhere from 53 to 56% in the last 2.5 years. A ridiculous amount of value increase in any given property. Now, in the last 90 days, we've seen a 16 to an 18% pullback. Now, not so much a pullback as it was really just a correction to where you had so many sellers who thought their houses were worth so much money. And then the buyers suddenly had more options and they weren't willing to pay that anymore. So the only option were for the sellers to drop those prices. So I don't think it's as much as a pullback as it is more just a correction, because they were hyperinflated to begin with and at an incorrect level. They weren't logical levels. So I think we'll see a level off. I think we'll get to a place where it's a little bit more even keel. There isn't so much spastic up and down. But that's one of the best topics to discuss with the home prices and interest rates and everything of that nature. So this is just going to be one of our videos of many with Ryan. We're going to discuss a few different topics in the upcoming weeks. Really try to get you guys some valuable information for the people who are still looking to buy, maybe sell. We'll bring some value to you guys there. We will see you guys next time.